We were sitting at the kitchen table and she looked at me and she said, "Mom," she said, "what is the worst thing that I could possibly tell you right now?" And I looked at her and I said, "You better not be pregnant." And she said, "I am." It was the worst moment in my life. You would think that I'd be happy. It was the worst moment in my life. I'm Lynn Phillips, and I'm Secretary-Treasurer for Soldiers for Faith Ministries. I was born in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and then my parents and my siblings moved to South Jersey, and we grew up there. We never really owned a home. We rented. So we lived from town to town and moved from school to school. So we were never really in one place until we moved to Longport. We were there for about 4 or 5 years. And then by that time, I had met my husband now, but my boyfriend then. When I turned 18, I moved to Vail, Colorado with him. I was young. I was 21 when I had my first child, Lauren. We didn't plan our second child, Jackie. And she was kind of a surprise, but when she came, it just dawned on me that we can't raise our children in Vail, Colorado away from all their family roots. So we ended up moving back here. And then they both went to Jordan Road School, public schools, and they went to Mainland. They graduated from Mainland. But during that time, my youngest daughter, we were sitting at the kitchen table and she looked at me and she said, "Mom," she said, "what is the worst thing that I could possibly tell you right now?" And I looked at her and I said, "You better not be pregnant." And she said, "I am." It was the worst moment in my life. You would think that I'd be happy. It was the worst moment in my life. For selfish reasons, I thought my life was over because now I'm going to be a grandmother. My husband and I aren't going to be able to spend time together. There's going to be another child just when our children were growing up. And I thought her life was over. You know, you haven't even graduated high school and you're pregnant. What are you going to do? You're going to struggle for the rest of your life. I didn't even try to convince her. I told her she was having an abortion. You are not having this child. Every couple of weeks, she would try and show me what an abortion was. She would say, "I want you to look at this." And I was like, "I don't want to look at it. Don't want to look at it. You're not having the baby, Jack." I took her to the clinic, to the abortion clinic in Atlantic City, and scheduled the appointment and paid for it. And she went into the room, and I guess they prep you on how it works and what you should be prepared for. And I was in the waiting room for about an hour, and she came out and she just had this look on her face and she was like, "Do I have to do this?" Just pleading with me, "Do I have to do this?" And at that moment, I thought to myself, "What are you doing?" And I said, "No, you don't have to do this." And we left. It was like the world was just lifted off her shoulders. When she had the baby, I cried like a baby. I looked at that baby and I thought, I was going to kill this child. It was just so emotional. Today, that child is my life. She's awesome. She's my heart. She has a heart for God, like no other. She's such a gentle kid. We have a lot of fun. We do. We laugh. We tell stories when she's not on our iPad. You know, we spend a lot of time together. They talk about the spirit, you know, within you. And with that particular situation, I think it was pretty strong within me. I guess conviction, and you look in the mirror and you're just like, I'm not who I see, We're so used to controlling our own lives, but when you're still and you let God handle the situation, it's amazing, the outcome. It is totally amazing.